Hi, I'm Soul, and this is the beginning of a new series I'm calling Make Your Comic Today, a week's catalog of my journey to a fully completed webcomic. Think of it as a small documentary where I dive into the aspects of story creation. Please, indulge me as we take these first big steps into this new world. It doesn't have to be a comic for you. We're all working together to get our stories out there. The time for waiting is over. I got the idea for Ivar back in 2022, while I was still in school and searching for that perfect story that would turn into a national phenomena. When no such revelations came, I settled on a plot about seeking validation and love in the wrong places. A narrative telling of real-life struggles, while mixing in the old fighting bad guys and saving the world. This, however, was 3 years ago. I struggled the entire time just putting words down on a page and gave up shortly after. While I did move on to other projects and thankfully found traction there, it was just recently, on the verge of 2025's end, I stumbled into the world of Ivar again. I really do love this project, and in spite of all the trouble it gave me, I was determined to make my dream become a reality. Who doesn't want to make their webcomic, am I right? You see, the longer we sit on an idea, the less likely we are to actually start something to make it happen. If you have this big idea for your story, start small rather than scare yourself into procrastination by thinking of just that big project. For me, it was a short series of mini-comics I plan on posting on Blue Sky. For my first week, I focused on the third project in this series. We begin here because this was the comic that truly helped me decide what I wanted to do and what goals I'd like to pursue with it. You see, my dream is to one day be a full-time artist, but most of all, it's just to tell a really good story. We need human-made art these days more than ever, and if I can help in any way, it's gonna be putting my heart and soul into a project, even if I don't make money. Art isn't about fame, it's about love. I know it's a bit corny, but the less we care about ourselves, the more we're going to hurt. I want to see Ivar grow in 2026, and this was the path I chose. It's simple, it's fun, and that's what matters. But wait, Soul, you said third comic. What happened to 1 and 2? Well, it turns out I'm not bad at counting. Before this full page test, I tried 2 other shorts as a way of testing the waters. I wasn't sure at the time where I wanted to post any of them, so they were made in a simple square format. In the first comic, our 2 protagonists are in the midst of a struggle. Of course, Clay cares more for how it'll be captured on camera, while his friend deals with the explosive Barbarian. And yes, Barbarian is spelled exactly as you pictured it. He's just one of my many wacky villains in the Ivar series. No, seriously, I began to lose count. Anyway, for my second comic, I aimed for a more laid-back tone. After all, I still wanted Ivar to be a story about realistic living, while maintaining some of that fun action in real superhero comics. In this story, Clay's looking for his wallet. It's too bad he shares an apartment with an ex-criminal. Now finally, to close off this week, we have the most recent project. A large, full comic page, like the original style of superhero comics in the Western art genre here in the USA. For the last short, I wanted to put my comic making skills to the test. It's been almost 5 years, maybe 6, since I've made a comic page. And test my skills, it did. It took everything I had not to quit and pull my hair out over the little things. I think the background took too long, the angles for some shots are weird, and I think my anatomy is off in several pictures. But you know what? If we only focused on the bad, we'd never see how it turned out at the end. We get trapped in this never-ending cycle of despair, wishing we were already that master artist who could do no wrong. But mistakes are just part of the process. As we fail, we learn, and as we learn, we grow. You can't skip the process. It's part of life, and it's what makes us human. A lesson I wish I knew all those years ago. For my first batch of comics, I think they turned out okay. There's some things I don't like, and there's some things I really enjoyed about the comic. But we can't stay here. Think of it like building blocks. We need these steps to build higher. And if I ever want to reach that big comic idea I have, we need them. Everything, even the small, silly stuff, matters. Don't be afraid of that story idea. Someone wants to hear it, and only you can bring it to life. Don't give up before you've even reached the starting line. Keep making stories, and I'll see you in week 2.